So I was able to find out how some of these scammers get into your bank application to transfer money from your account to their own account or to any random accounts that will be untraceable. And what they do is that when they send it to some of these virtual accounts, they keep on transferring the money so that in the end it will be difficult to trace. And even when you go to your bank to complain about the loss of your money, there will be nothing they can do for you, because at this point the money has gone through different means and they wouldn't be able to help you recover your money. So let me just quickly give you a backstory of how it happened or what I found out. So I'm sure you've heard something like, do not put your account number anywhere on the internet, either on social media or if you're going for giveaways. I've seen so many people put their account numbers on their Twitter accounts, Facebook, trying to get some form of money from someone who is hosting a giveaway. But this is really dangerous. So on Twitter, I've always known that some of these scammers always lurk on Twitter or so many other social media platforms, not just Twitter, but Twitter happens to be the most popular one, because if someone has an issue with their bank account, perhaps you did a POS transaction or you did an ATM transaction or you did any form of online transaction and your money got stuck somehow and then you didn't get a reversal, most people always go to Twitter to look for support or to seek support from the customer care that's on those platforms. So what they do is they reach out to the customer care, either they tag them and say, help me, I need a reversal on this account, I did so transaction, please respond to my request. And what happens is that if they are speaking to the real customer care service agents, they immediately reach out to them and tell them to send a DM. So scammers have seen how all these things work, and what they do is that scammers create several social media accounts that looks like the original one from that particular bank. So it could be Zenith Bank, it could be Access Bank, it could be GT Bank, it could be any bank. And then if they would have the same logo, they would just change a few things. So if you're someone who is not really aware, you would not know that you need to check if the account is verified. Some of them also have verified accounts, because now it's easier to get a verified account on Twitter. All you need is money, and which is a bad idea. I don't know why Twitter decided to do that, but some of these accounts are also verified. So once you see the blue check mark and you see the GT Bank logo or the Zenith Bank logo, you might not know that it is not a legitimate account. So I saw people reach out. There were over hundreds. I'm not kidding. There were hundreds of most of these scammers that were there. So if someone complains about their accounts being hacked and maybe the person tries to tag GT, for example, if you type GT help is supposed to be their support accounts on Twitter. But if you type GT help, or as you're typing GT help, you see lots of other GT help accounts there, and once you click, some people just click and tag anyone. So these scammers always go to the search bar on Twitter and then they search for the bank name. For example, they search for Zenith Bank, they search for GT Bank. So they search for complaints. Once they see, then they filter according to the latest complaint. So once they see anyone complaining about something, they immediately reach out to them before the bank themselves reaches out to them. So they send them a message to quickly reach out to them on WhatsApp, because this is the only way it can work. If they delay, the bank might respond to them or someone else might pick up their request. So what they do is they are very alert, and once they receive those complaints, they immediately reach out to the person and say, oh, please reach out to us on our WhatsApp number or via our WhatsApp platform, and then we'll help you sort out the issue. And the thing is that if you're not someone that is really cyber aware, you might not really notice, because they use very good English. They do it the way these customer service people do it. The way their messages are crafted is the exact way these people do it. So if you are someone who is innocent and don't really know about all these things, you will click on it. When you click on the link, or when I clicked on it, because I knew this person was a scammer, I saw several ones, but I wanted to know how they end up getting money from so many people's accounts, which is what I'm sure you want to know how. So when I reached out to this person via the number that the person provided, I told the person that I had some issue with reversal and I needed to get the money back immediately because I need it for something. So the person had some form of auto response on WhatsApp. You know, if you're using a WhatsApp business account or something like that, you get an automated response. So what the person said, or the response I saw, was that I should click on or choose what my issue is. So they had different issues from 1 to 9, ranging from card issues, ranging from transfer issues, or whatever it is. So once you select that, someone immediately reaches out to you. So they tell you that sorry about the issues. They craft it very well, so you really think it's coming from the customer care agents. Then they start asking you for your issue. So once you tell them your issue, they will tell you to send your account number for them to run checks. So once you provide your account number, then they will tell you that they need to run more checks on the account. And the tricky part is these guys are not just they are trying to be smart. They are using what they call reverse psychology. So before, you know that people will tell you if you have any issue that you should reach out to the bank, you should go to the bank yourself, that you don't need to reach out to them on social media or anything to avoid getting scammed, that you should go to the bank yourself. So these people would actually tell you that you need to visit the bank, that you can go to the bank and they will help you resolve the issue. But if you are pushing, maybe you need the money for something, or if you are really desperate to get in the money immediately, they will tell you that they can still help you, but you can also walk into the bank to solve your problem. So they are like giving you options, but they don't want you to take that option, because who will want to go to the bank and stand in customer service queue for a long time when your issue can be solved, or when they can help you sort out your issue. So they will tell you that, and then the moment you say, okay, please, can you help me do anything, then these guys will send you a link, and they will tell you to click on the link and fill in your complaints. And then once you fill in your complaints, then they will assist you further. So on clicking the link that was sent to me, I saw a particular form that requested for my account number. It requested for the last 6 digits and also my PIN for accessing my ATM card. At that point, I'm sure anybody that must have seen it would, for some people will be surprised, like why are they requesting for my PIN? But trust me, at that point, I never really saw it that way because of the way the person had talked with me. So if it's an ordinary person, the person will think, oh, this is actually legitimate. After filling in those details, the person got back to me and told me that the details I filled in for the card details was invalid. So at that point, I was wondering, how did the person know that the card details, the 6-digit details, was invalid? That is there some form of applications that these guys are using to maybe cross-check your bank account with your card number, that there's no relationship at all with this? So how was it possible that these guys are able to validate that these details I gave to them was wrong? So I had to tell the guy that, oh, sorry, I just wrote it from my head. I thought I could remember my last six digits, but it seems like I must have gotten it mixed up, that I will go grab my card and put in the right details. And then I did so the second time again, and then he confirmed it again and said it was wrong. So at that point, I thought maybe he was just trying to pull maybe reverse psychology to get me to put in the right thing, because they might not have a way to validate it. But if they say it is wrong and you say okay, then they would know that you are purposely giving them the wrong thing to test them. So I said no, that this is correct, that I'm sure this is the correct thing. So again, he got back to me and said, no, this is not the correct thing. At that point, I felt like, no, there was something this guy was using to validate the correctness of the last 6-digit PIN that I gave him, or 6-digit number, of the ATM card. Then I started making my research. I checked on YouTube, I checked for videos, I checked for applications. Maybe there's this application on Play Store or something that would help you get the last 6 digits of someone's ATM card based on their account number, and there was no relationship at all. There was no way. So I stumbled on a post on Nairaland on someone who had fallen for this type of scam. It's not just one person, several people fall for it, and almost every day a lot of people fall for it. So if they reach out to maybe 5 targets in a day, which they do more than 5 targets a day, but if they reach out to 5 targets a day, at least 2 or 1 person would fall for it. And imagine what will happen if one person gets to lose. Maybe a person has 20,000 or 50,000 in their account. So this is how they operate. Then after that, I said okay. Then I saw some comments. People were leaving comments for the victim of that for the victim of that scam, that why would you give out your details? That I thought by now everyone should be smart enough to know this, to know that. So people were giving suggestions on how they could gain access to his account. So I saw someone that mentioned something that really got my attention. The person said that they could get access to his bank app to access the account. So many people had different reasons, different ways, or different stuff they said, but that one was particularly shocking because it never really occurred to me. Then I said, okay, this is possible. So it was then I said, okay, since it was a Zenith Bank account, I downloaded the Zenith Bank app on my phone, and then I put in the account number I got. And this account number I got, that's why I said do not put your account number anywhere online. The account number I got was an account number of someone, that a random person that was trying to do some form of giveaway online. So that was the account number I used, but I had no other detail. So I put in that account. After downloading the Zenith Bank app, I put in the account number, and then it told me to log in. So I put in the account number, and then it requested for the password. But then I don't know the password to that person's account number or bank app. So what I did was I did forget password. So when I did click on forget password, so it started requesting for other details, which were for me to put in the account number, to put in a new password, to confirm the password, to put in the last 6 digits of the ATM card, and then the card PIN. So at this point, it occurred to me that the person literally has all the details in it. He had the account number which I provided to him. Then if I had given the person my correct 6 digits, the person would have put it in, and then the person would have put in the PIN which I already provided, and like that the person would have gotten access to my bank app, because that gives the person access to change. The person is changing the password. So once the person clicks submit or confirm, the person changes your bank app password and has access immediately to your bank application, as you can see everything on your screen. So at this point, it occurred to me that every of these things were easy. So this is how they've been able to in the past get access to people's accounts, move your money from your accounts to different other accounts. So I'm just using this to sort of enlighten everyone. And trust me, the only difficult details that was required there is the last 6 digits of your ATM card, even your card PIN. The funny thing is that most people right now use their year of birth as their card PIN. Some use maybe their just 1 2 3 4. Some use some easy numbers or easy pins. And the thing is that if I have any random card pin, I can just keep testing I can first type maybe 1995 if that was your year of birth. If I want to gain access to your account, maybe somehow I got your last 6 digit, I can just keep trying your any date of birth. I mean, I could keep trying any pin. So there's no limited trials. It will now tell you that it has blocked you from using it. It gives you the opportunity to keep trying it. So I think this is a flaw in most of these bank applications. I'm sure this was the way the person was able to validate that the last 6 digits numbers I gave the person was wrong, because the person has put the first one and clicked submit, it did not work. The second one, it did not work. So I'm sure the person tried the last one, it still didn't work. So at this point, the person knew that what I gave the person was not the right thing. So in cases like this, if they have access to your account, they have your account number already, they could guess your PIN. If your PIN is one of those guessable ones like 1 2 3 4, maybe 1995, 1996, 1997, 2000, or whatever it is, it could be 2580, which is one of those common ones. The person could just keep typing any of those things, and once it works, they gain access to your account immediately. And also, that's why you hear something like, if you misplace your ATM card, immediately request that your account is blocked or your ATM card is blocked. For example, if I see an ATM card on the road, all I need to do is, I've seen this person's 6 digits in that says maybe 24 whatever. I have that already. What I need from the person is just the PIN, the 4-digit PIN. I could easily get the person's account number. That's not a big deal, because most people all cards have your full names on the card. So if it has maybe Emmanuel Ikechukwu or Emmanuel whatever it is, I could just go on Facebook and find a way to social engineer it. That's how some people still ask do you if you want a giveaway, whatever, so they can get your account number based on your card. So from there, and if your PIN is easy to guess, they will gain access to your account. So it's really important we take note of all of these things. Personally, for me, I've seen all these scams are happening on social media, on Twitter especially, and most times when I see all these scammers reply or respond to those people, I always try to immediately counter them and tell those people that please be careful, that this is a scam and they are trying to gain access to your account, that do not send them a DM on WhatsApp or even on Twitter, that you need to be careful. And there's a program I've been trying to develop for a while now, but it's been taking me a lot of time. But I am sure there are Twitter API or Twitter bots. I'm trying to explore the Twitter bots where if anyone mentions anything related to banks, I think banks should take note of this. Every bank should have a sort of Twitter bot or social media bot on their different platforms. For example, Twitter bots. So if someone mentions maybe GT Bank, the bot should immediately wait and then see if there's a reply to that person's comment. So if there's a reply to that person's comment that is not coming from their own account, maybe the person is trying to scam them or redirect them to another platform, the bot immediately puts an automated message that says something like, be careful, do not give your account, or do not reach out to anybody that is not this Twitter handle. So it's like an automated message for anywhere that GT Bank is mentioned, or maybe Zenith Bank or Access Bank. So I think with that they'll be able to reduce the number of scams on their customers. And so hopefully the application I'm working on will be able to solve some of these problems. And yeah, so I'm sure you've heard of these things and some of you have heard it before, but trust me, there are new ways in which these people are using to cash out or get money from people, which is really saddening. And hopefully you get to inform your friends, your family, even though you know about it. I'm sure. So if, for example, if I am a malicious person, or if I have some malicious intent, some of these attackers, what they could do is that, as you can see this particular image, I have this image. All they need to do is, or once someone has this image, they could just Photoshop these numbers and then add their numbers, and then once they circulate it, anyone that reaches out to that number becomes a victim about it. I'm sure some people are always wondering, why are people very dumb? Like, why will people fall for a trick that has been going on for over 10 years now? People have been hearing, don't give out your account details. I want you to watch this video, which you will see on your screen now, showing or answering the question, is it that those people are dumb, the people that fall for scams or all these cheap scams, like maybe romance scams or all this type of scams, are they dumb? Why do people still fall for old scams? So when you watch this video, I want to hear your comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.